Welcome to the I wanted to say Wellness Artist Podcast. Sorry, the wisdom across ages. Um, People have been reaching out to me about, it's been a while I've posted on on the Wellness Artist Podcast. It's sort of interesting. I delegated that job to somebody, but then we're human, right? We're all flawed. So I have to take up, that challenge again. Trying to edit the video. We just want to make it good enough, right? No, perfect. Okay, welcome to this podcast. I mean, it's more philosophical. It's not really sort of wellness, but again, I've got a Latin quote or whatever this morning, which talks about virtue and health, and I find really that fascinating, right? Sorry, multitasking. So, let's get into it. So this morning, usually depends on my daughter's schedule. She's really self-ambitious. I'm not sure where she got that gin from. She's like, yesterday I had to say, you have to go to sleep. And that's my old self, right? In the trenches, I'm like trying to trying to 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 help people, right? And to change the world. And the more I know, the wise person will want to change himself rather than the world. But I mean, she's young, she's fantastic. She's grown up to be a young dynamic leader. I'm just so proud of her. So this morning, so what I'm learning is like, so we're going, I do Fridays, so dependent on the schedule. So we're doing call it our dates, right? So one-to-one dates with school run. So she asked Dad, if you had to be on an island, which of the books will you choose, the Bible or the Shakespeare? And we expose our kids to all books, right? Because depending on your mindset, right? We're not we're not religious people, but we're people of faith. So obviously we expose them to Shakespeare as well. She said, "Oh, Dad," I said, "I'm going to choose the Bible." And she said, "Oh, no, 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 I'm going to choose Shakespeare." And she told me about why, being one of the great, I think it's probably the greatest poet out there, right? Um, and I said, I could completely understand. I would choose Shakespeare after the Bible for obvious reasons. Because, oh my God, wisdom. Is there wisdom in Shakespeare? Oh, I don't want somebody to shoot me from Britain. Or, okay, because I'm still British, right? So let's get into it today. So we got this Proverbs today. It's interesting because this one is for me. Proverbs 15 is for me, right? A gentle answer will calm a person's anger, but an unkind answer will cause more anger. And I had to learn this sometime this way. I think it could be super assertive. And then people, they, when you're passionate with something, maybe with wellness, you send like 50 books to friends and family and they get upset, right? You think, oh, who are you to tell me to read, right? So that's a good proverbs for me to mind my own business and allow family and friends and community to I mean, we're all adults, right? Can always figure things out. I've got two kids. Is that I don't have two kids? I think I've got other people I'm mentoring, right? So okay, I love this one. Wise people use knowledge when they speak, and fools speak only foolishness. I hope I'm not. I think that's one for me today to marinate on that. I've got my green tea as usual. I'm sipping it all throughout the days when I'm stressed. Rather than checking on social media and trying to change people, I'll just be drinking my green tea. Mindful drinking, not not multitasking, right? Which other one jumps to me? Oh, I like this one. This for me too. Say a lazy person's life is as difficult as walking through a patch of thorns, but an honest person's life is as easy as walking down a smooth highway. Verse 20, a wise son makes his father happy, but a foolish person hates his mother. Okay, family, friends, colleagues, critics, which of these proverbs, resonate with you yourself? And if not, which of the quotes you're showing on and resonate with you? And or perhaps a book. A book, what book are you reading? That's tons of books out there, amazing books. Let me know which of the books you're reading. So one of the questions I ask people in my communities, what book have you read this year that's impacted you? And they just look at me and say, where's this guy from? Well, that's one of those things. Okay, let's get. I think we've done that. Just share with our family so we make this world a better place. So we've got two things. Oh, excuse me. My team now, they put the philosophical questions. They've done a bit of research. They said they want me to spend a bit of more time on the research. So I'll get to that. So, okay. Sine, cura, sine, virtue, nulla, sanitas. Without care and without virtue, no health. That's to me. When I was in the trenches, yeah, I had to be turned in different directions. Big pharma is asking me to do things. Some naughty professor asking me to do things. Some are ethical, some are not, but they are all great people, right? Patients too. These are vulnerable people, but then they have their own agenda too, you know. Some they don't want they want the blue or the red pill, right? We all want the, I think is it the blue or the red? Everybody have their own agenda, even if you think this is best for them, but then you know they don't want that. It's hard, right? The truth is bitter for me. Let me mind my business, right? Okay, and let Royal College of Psychiatry do their own business, right? Okay, I'm doing mine here. So how do you practice care and virtue in your journey towards health? Okay, let me know. Awesome. So hopefully we'll get our wellness artist podcast ready this weekend. And yeah, let's deal with this philosophical question. So the question is it possible to fully understand another person's mind? Again, not to read someone's mind. This is not about telepathy here. Just to understand someone's mind. That's really a great question. Remember, I'm still a psychiatrist, right? Though I'm more of a preventive one at the moment. So I'm more into public health these days and an educator, right? So it's interesting as a psychiatrist, one of the core things, we don't read people's mind, but we try to infer, try to understand people's. But again, it's difficult, right? You're taking phone calls, you know, your boss wants to reach you on one hand, you know, people are banging doors, you know, it's quite a busy world. How are you able to read the patients, to even be empathic in that very difficult situation? It's asking incredible things. Asking us to be supermen, right? Or superwomen. So I divide into like the question into empathy and understanding, second language as a bridge, and philosophical perspective. So it's a show note here. So again, they're thinking about it. We all strive to understand another minds through empathy. And I find it really interesting. It's not only psychiatrists or psychologists that can do this really well. The other day I was with my son at one of the coffee shop, and I saw a young lady. I mean, she probably would pass, you know, probably better than me as a psychiatrist. She was empathic. She listened without judgment, without phone call, and you know, allow my son to make his decision, which is great. So it's not that you don't. I mean, it's great to have all this degree, but you know, I've been in trenches. You probably don't. You know, you don't need certificate to be an empathic person and to try to understand people. You can get it from me, right? And I'm still work in progress. So about language. So language also helps us to communicate thoughts. So I think, so for example, I can understand, because I'm Yoruba by decent, right? So I can understand people who are, it doesn't necessarily mean I understand every dialect of Yoruba, right? So I'm learning Latin, you know. So yeah, now I'm understanding Cicero well. Oh my God. Of course, there's still language barrier because I'm still a beginner in Latin. So in terms of philosophical perspective, so I think we will call it the on one hand, that's a big word, phenomenology, and also theory of the mind. So, I mean, these are things we could spend a whole day trying to flesh out. So I think I'll just talk about the theory of the mind. I mean, that's still, you could spend the whole day talking about theory, but it's just to try to infer that people's mental state or mindset, you know, or what you're thinking by putting yourself in your shoe. And it's a complicated field, to be honest, because there are confounding factors, You know, how can you, for example, if I didn't have a good night's sleep on call, how am I going to be able to focus and do that and be empathic? It's hard, right? So I think maybe I probably need to do a dedicated podcast on this, or bring in an expert. So, for example, if an expert in all this field, you know, reach out to me, okay, at Niran Ojomo MD, services.com, and then we can have a conversation and, you know, educate our public about all these things. So, right, so if you've not subscribed to this channel, okay, or if you're an editor, you can reach out to me, okay, we can try and edit some of these videos. But if you want to subscribe to the wellness art, I keep mixing, not the wellness artist podcast, the wisdom across ages, please, you know, it's entirely up to you. There's no rush, no pressure. Subscribe, share, and like. Until then, I'll see you tomorrow. Benedictus, au revoir. Which other language is that? Bye then. Bye.